What's up guys, welcome back to another video, hope you're doing well today and welcome to Downhill Pro Racer. Now on the odd occasion I tend to check my emails and I was reached out to by a guy of the name Jamon, and he is the creator of this game. It's a one-man team and he claims this to be the first and only simulation downhill mountain biking game. Now this is on Steam. I've not actually checked to see the price and such as yet. He did give me a key for me to be able to try this out and show it off to you guys. No advertisement or payment outside that. It's going to be nice and genuine to give my thoughts on it and such. Very, very early stages. I want to throw that out there as well. So take it all with a pinch of salt. But just I've played it a little bit and I do feel like it's got a lot of promise so far. As someone who's not hugely into the downhill mountain biking scene, I can't comment too much on all of the ins and outs and how it all handles and such. I will say that it's got a very nice first person camera, something that I've never played in any sort of bike game before, which is really nice. And I want to go through just a few different, these are all different tracks here. So we've got tutorial, jump line, racetrack, forest and roller coaster. If I go into game real quick, one thing that I am struggling on slightly is so far there's no way of changing your buttons at all. So this is the controller overlay. Of course I play on a PlayStation controller, so I'm kind of having to put two and two together when it's telling me what buttons to press here and there. I would love, first of all, the first bit of criticism, of course constructive criticism, like to give is being able to change your button mapping, because it's a little bit unintuitive for me. But we will get into it regardless, so I'm going to go through them. I'm not going to stay in tutorial anymore. We're going to do jump line, racetrack, forest and roller coaster. And I'll leave it up to you guys to form your own opinions. So we've got third person camera here. If I actually start moving, we have also got our first person camera as well. So I should actually, let me put my controller over there on the screen real quick. If you've been putting off buying that new MX gear, or you're just looking for some new daily MX related clothing, then head on over to fxrracing.com. Code MXPR_Lins15 at checkout will give you 15% off all motocross and lifestyle products. This code is applicable to the European, Swedish and Norwegian websites, not Canada or the USA. And whilst I've got your attention, you may as well subscribe to the channel. It's just one click of a button and it puts a big old smile on my face. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, so if I put my controller over there, you can see what I'm doing as well. So leaning forwards on the left stick, as well as pressing triangle, or I think it's Y on Xbox, leans you forwards. And then to actually bunny hop, I have to hold down the square button on my controller. And the longer you hold it, the bigger of a jump you can do. One of the only issues that I found in first person so far is that when your bike is at a certain angle going down these hills, it actually goes slightly inverted. So you know on MX bikes, when you do that, if you go a bit too upside down, it suddenly ping around, go the other way. That happens on here as well. However, for early build and early game, it's actually quite enjoyable. It's a very, very difficult game to learn the basics of. I'll say that much for free. We've got right trigger for me, or not right trigger, right bumper is the rear brake, left trigger is full-on brake, and it's just, I think learning the buttons is the hardest bit so far. There's no crash physics implemented just yet, so if you see me do all sorts of barrel rolls and stuff on landing a jump, then that is exactly the reason why. One thing that I found to be the hardest for me so far at least is trying to keep my momentum up enough to actually get over all the jumps. Now you can kind of what's the word, carve into the corners and such. You can really I was going to say get on the throttle then, but you don't get on the throttle at all, do you? It's a mountain bike game for crying out loud. So you can carve the corners, hit them really, really fast. You can pump. If I go to, we just done jump line. So I think jumping for me is the hardest bit of this game so far. I think when I go to downhill trails that has a bit more of a technical aspect to it, where I can go through it slowly, it feels a lot better. Let's move my mouse off the screen at the same time. So I want to try and show off an example. If we go get on the back brake down here, pump over that roller. One other thing that, again, I'm trying to get my head around is if I hold down right trigger and lean back, we can manual too. So if I find some little rollers, we can actually manual over them and keep your momentum up as well. So kind of true to life, the ways that you keep your speed up in this is very realistic. It's purely just the buttons that I am struggling with. But who knows? This is very early stages of this game being built and developed. Oh my god. Stuck. Help me. Help me. Go. So I think as it progresses, it'd be really nice to see if we can get any of them changes made. Just slow it down a little bit whilst we go down here. I actually quite like the sounds. Just the sound of locking up the back brake sounds nice and realistic too. Let's go down here. Pop a little manual. Oh, I've tucked. I shouldn't have tucked. Oh, help. Oh god. Right. Stop. I'm going backwards. Help me. Right, let's go forwards again. There we go. Oh, that roller section there would have been so nice for me to be able to like tuck and carve down, and then up and over that, down this bad boy. And one thing that I think would bring a lot of potential to this game, actually. Obviously, these are all made by the game's creator right now. I feel like there's a massive opportunity for custom quote-unquote tracks with this, and maybe not just like tracks and trails as such overall, but going as far as making like bike parks, etc., could be really, really cool. And I believe that the game's creator reached out to me after I played the MX Simulator downhill bike park, which I really thoroughly enjoyed. I know there's games out there like, is it Descenders and Riders Republic as well? I played Descenders before on the channel, and I was a bit iffy about it, because it was like very, very arcadey. However, I feel like this game has a good amount of promise to it. I mean, it looks good. I feel like these newer games all look good just because of the tools and engines that we have these days to be able to build games as such. Oh, actually got over a jump. What's going on? Whose man's is this? Oh god. Oh god. It's when I start going a little bit fast that I start panicking because I forget what buttons I'm meant to press. Seat bounce down there. I think in my mind I'd love pedal to be like right trigger. I'd love my brakes to kind of be similar to how I have them on bikes, and that's just kind of my thought process so far. Oh god, I haven't done this one yet. Let's just be nice and slow, nice and gentle down the hill. Oh god. Survive it. Survive it. Go, 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 go. And I like the whole carving aspect as well, really getting the bike leant over in the corners. Now, if I use my right stick, yeah, it'll be a little bit funky. I'll do it when we get to the bottom. I think it's meant for when you get some like really big air to be able to throw some whips. Obviously, scrubbing's not really a thing. You kind of just like pump over the jump and absorb it a little bit more. Please don't go off the edge of the map. Try and get a little bit of a manual going down here. Oh, God. Survive. 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 Yes. One thing that would be cool when it comes to implementing like a crash physic into this game, I think, would be having the ability to run over to your bike and pick it up and get going again. Kind of similar to how Track Day do it right now, but doing that from a mountain bike perspective, I think would be very, very interesting. A little manual going through there. Right, so if I show you what my right stick does real quick, like you can really toss her sideways. Like I said, there's no crashing in like mechanics in the game just yet, so I can't fall over as such, so I really don't mind any like funkiness. I mean, still kind of better than the Poboso physics that we get at the moment. But it shows if you do get some big air going on, if I'll show you like little seat bounce as well. Little bunny hop, I should say, not seat bounce. God, that must sound so stupid. But lots and lots of promise. And one thing that I do really want to try and get across as best as I can is I find this game very, very difficult. It's meant to be a simulator, which I can fully accept, and I probably only have about an hour and a half of actual game time into it so far. You should have seen me when I first started. My God, it was embarrassing. But I think if you spend a lot of time and you really do get used to it, obviously with customizable keybinds in the future, it would be even better. I think you could really like tear down some of these hills. What if we do? Oh, I tried doing a little bit of a whip. Camera got inverted again. Let's wheelie over these bumps or manual over them. Oh God, I keep getting my motorbike and bicycle. What's what I'm looking for? Just phrases, sayings. Keep getting them mixed up with each other. Oh my God, we're dropping down here. Skirt! You know, I'd absolutely love to have like a really good functioning like simulator downhill game and get places like Whistler, just someone replicating Whistler. Like that would be actually nuts. I'm sure, to be fair, someone's probably made Whistler in Descenders. I just need to give it another go. I don't think I ever refunded it. I think I did play it just the one time for a video and that was it, and I'm pretty sure the video done absolutely dookie. But if anyone here are avid Descenders or Rider Republic players, is in terms of like custom mapping and stuff, I can't speak on Riders Republic, but on Descenders, is there any like really impressive projects, stuff that I would compare to, say, maybe Krakenberg on bikes, something that took absolutely months? I'd be interested to see. How on earth do we get over this? Oh God. Double. Oh, double again. Oh, barely getting over that. One thing that I'm trying to get my head around is that every time I kind of try to like pedal to gain some speed, I have to lean forwards on the left stick as well, which then messes me up a little bit on the jumps. Let's get a little bit of a skirt, a bit of a bunny up down the hill. That did not work too well at all. And there's even more buttons that I'm missing out. Like I said, if we go to options and we go to the buttons map, We can do the normal jump, so like I'm doing, this is square on the controller for me. X for me is balance, so if you're going down like a really, really steep rock garden, you can keep the bike as upright as possible to stop you getting really sketchy. You can tuck on super, super steep downhills. Where else is it? Pump here, so this is actually right, is it right trigger? Yeah, right trigger for me. So R2 is pump, so if you're going over some slight rollers and you don't want to get on the back wheel to manual through them, you can pump it with right trigger. So I think if you was inclined enough to spend a hell of a lot of time on this and really, really learn all the buttons, I think you could get down here at a very, very fast speed. I need to keep remembering to move my mouse off screen. I'll do a third-person run for you so you can kind of see what we're working with, see what we're schmoving with. Granted, again, it will still look a little bit funky in some aspects, some scenarios, all early stuff, but I think it's good to get an idea of it all. I did not intentionally throw the back tyre out there. Let's do it again this time. That time I did. Oh, let's get on this is what I mean, trying to show you a little bit of manualing. Oh, God. How am I going to survive this then? It's just tiptoe. Tiptoe. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Thank you. Get going again. I didn't expect to kind of burn my way through all of the tracks as quickly as we have here. Can I backflip? Oh, I tried leaning back there. I'm not sure. Oh, maybe you can. Maybe if you get a big enough jump, you can get a backflip going. You can see right now why I kind of prefer playing this in first person. It's a bit more immersive than the third person is, but I think it's only fair that we kind of show you along the way as well. If I do try and lock up the back brake a little bit, do that. Oh, God. And then this, if I press X here, like I said, like I'm trying to turn now, but it's got me locked in at a certain angle, which is the same thing when you're going through the really technical rock gardens as well. And I like manual over this. I can do that. Actually helped me bunny hop a little bit. Oh, okay. So right. So leaning back at the same time as holding square to do your little bunny hop or kind of preload it does help you get a little bit more drive. I would be very interested to see someone who's actually good at this game so far. I've not even. I need to check out the actual store page and see kind of what we're looking like in terms of reviews, how many builds we're on, how early we're looking, because in between me receiving the game code for this and actually hopping on and playing it, there was another track release, which is that track that I've just done, Roller Coaster, which I would argue might be the most fun one. If I go into tutorial, this will probably do a much better job of explaining things up to this point than I have. So, like I said, we pedal by pressing triangle for me and up on the left stick. You can lean forward with that while pedaling for more power, lean the bike with left stick, steer with right stick, which I think you have to be very, very gentle on, because the steering for me makes me kind of go all sorts of wobbly. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to try use the right stick in this corner and see how it goes. So, I wonder if it's... do you reckon it's counter... No, I don't think it's counter lean. I think you lean with it. To corner, lean the bike with left and then pump with right trigger to create traction. Pumping with right trigger locks your lean angle, so you should release it to exit the corner. Okay. Oh, that's not a good way of going into it. So if we get leant over slightly and hold it, and that kind of pumps us in. Noted. Right, to jump, press, this is square for me, not X, and hold it. Maximum is 2 seconds. Approach to takeoff and pump with right trigger. You can pull up with right trigger, and that is what I mean. There's a lot of information going on here as well for me. So let's get going again down the SEPA stuff. I quite like this this tutorial map as such. You can pull on the handlebars by using right trigger and down. This will lift your front wheel in the air to do manuals. I mean, look at the... I'm guessing this is the game's creator that's in this video here showing off. He looks so much more in control. So let's try and do a little bit of a manual over these. There you go. Lean back a little bit. Little manual. Keep it going. Lovely. Oh yeah, one thing I was messing about with is that manual and pull back. You can... I'll show you when... I'll load another map after this and show you what I mean. You can't just like balance on the rear wheel. It's really impressive. So pump down slopes with right trigger, tuck with that circle for me in long straights. This reduces air drag and increases your top speed. Oh, so you can literally like fully crouch down and get behind the handlebars. That's quite cool. And then if we get on the binders a little bit, down this rough stuff. Oh, I'm stuck on a lock. That way. We are free. Just like that. To brake hard, press left trigger and right bar. So that's just front brake, rear brake at the same time. That's fine. If you want to drift with your back wheel, lock it by just pressing right brake. That will make sense enough. Let me try and get a little bit of a skirt into the corner. I do find it really satisfying watching professional riders when they kind of lock the back end up into a turn and just go through it so fast. It's like, it sounds nice as well. Like, it sounds really, really sexy. To ride over technical terrain, press A to keep your bike locked. So this is this. So we can keep our bike locked in place. You can see again in terms of like rider movement, a little bit clunky, which is why I prefer this camera. I feel like this is a little bit more immersive. And that's it. So there you go. You've had a tutorial from me. You've seen me get down the hills at an incredibly awful rate of knots. But do go and check this out on Steam. I definitely recommend it. I'll even leave the link to the Steam page in the description of this video if you'd like to. Thank you very much, German, for sending me a link, sending me a code to be able to try this out. I really do appreciate it. And I feel like there's a lot of promise to this. I really, really do. I'm very, very excited to see how it progresses and how it develops. And just quickly, before I let all of you lovely people go, if I choose one more, and I'll show you what I mean, you can like balance on the rear wheel, which is quite fun. So if I hold down on right trigger, then we can kind of practice. You can practice your manualing. Now, I've ridden... I don't ride bikes that much IRL. I'm very, very bad on them. However, the small amount of riding I've done a few BMX tracks in my time. I'm so like poor at manualing, it's unreal. The amount of times I have to jump off the back of it because my balance point is just awful. And you'd think that, to be fair, it's only been there for like, I want to say like 5 or so years at this point. I literally have a BMX track a 5-minute walk from my house. So if I never got into the motocross side of things and I went into the BMX racing side of things, I'd be sorted. You know, like, why can't I have motocross tracks this close to me, unlike you, some of you lucky people? So I think I'm stuck. It's going to be difficult to kind of spin around here and get going again. But I'm going to love you and leave you. Again, check it out. I can't actually tell you the cost. I'll slap it on the screen right now for you. And I hope if you enjoyed, please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'd really, really appreciate it. Have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you're up to, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.